What a day it was, viewers, mostly outside the parliament. Chaos, sloganeering, jumping over barricades, detention, sit-in protests. Today's showdown between the opposition and the election commission played out right outside the parliament, where the opposition attempted to stage a protest march to the election commission. The strife between the EC and the opposition continues to intensify, while the BJP undeterred in backing the poll body.
वोट चोरी नहीं चलेगी।
The face-off between the opposition and the election commission played out on the streets of Delhi on Monday. Escalating the showdown over the special intensive revision of voter list in Bihar, which will soon be implemented across the country. India bloc MPs took out a march from Parliament to the Election Commission headquarters, but the protest led by leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi was blocked by Delhi police. Despite the police barriers, several MPs, including SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav, scaled the barricades. Some protesters, including TMC MP Mahua Moitra, fainted. The police later detained several MPs, foiling their march.
ये जो लड़ाई है ये राजनीतिक नहीं है, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की लड़ाई है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बचाने की लड़ाई है, वन मैन वन वोट की लड़ाई है। इसीलिए हमें साफ प्योर वोटर लिस्ट चाहिए।
डरे हुए हैं, कायर हैं, सरकार कायर है।
The government hit back at the opposition, calling the allegations of rigging baseless.
ईवीएम के ऊपर झूठ बोलते हैं, कभी महाराष्ट्र की बात उठाते हैं, कभी हरियाणा की बात उठाते हैं, झूठ की वो एक नया पहाड़ बनाते हैं।
रोज रोज एक मुद्दे को लेकर के पार्लियामेंट का समय बर्बाद करना, ये हम लोग इस तरीके के जो समय बर्बाद करने के लिए देश का समय और संसद का समय बर्बाद करने के लिए हम नहीं देंगे, इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण बिल हम पारित करेंगे।
With assembly elections in Bihar approaching, the stakes are high and the standoff between the opposition and the election commission is far from over. With Piyush Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, high drama where this protest was concerned. While there were sit-in protests, there were a few MPs that the heat got a bit too much for them. We'll play those visuals out. Mahua Moitra, TMC MP, fainted, and you had Rahul Gandhi, who was actually feeding her a biscuit, some water. You had Lok Sabha MPs like Akhilesh Yadav jumping over barricades, like I said. Lots of drama, but the face-off ensues between the Election Commission and the Congress, which now is not just the Congress there, viewers. As you can see, the entire opposition has been galvanized by that one press conference of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi had said that I'm going to detonate an atom bomb. What it has at least done is, somewhere down the line, got the opposition together on a rallying cause. I want to cut across right now to my colleague Rahul Gautam, who follows the Congress very closely, Aishwarya Paliwal, who tracks the Election Commission. Rahul, you know, it's come down to a very basic question, and I want to understand from you, what is the reason why Rahul Gandhi refuses to sign on that affidavit and undertaking which the EC wants Rahul Gandhi to sign before it takes any investigative action?
Well, the most basic reason that has been put forward by Congress party is this, that Rahul Gandhi is merely quoting election data. Why don't Election Commission also, organize a press conference and give a point-by-point rebuttal to all the issues that has been raised by Rahul Gandhi? Now, we have to understand, Preeti, that when was the last time when we saw Akhilesh Yadav jumping across, a barricade? clearly, the entire opposition is up in arms. I myself spoke with Samajwadi Party MPs, and they said that we have already given 1,800 affidavits, pertaining to 2022 assembly polls of Uttar Pradesh, and we haven't got any responses from Election Commission. Opposition is convinced that there is a, vote chori happening and mandate is being stolen from opposition bloc. So they are pretty convinced, and therefore Rahul Gandhi and Congress Party, and remember, Election Commission had also asked them to come and join for a meeting at 12 noon, this afternoon. They asked for 30 names from opposition bloc. Now, but this meeting never happened. Mallikarjun Kharge himself said that, we wanted every MP to go and have a discussion with the Election Commission. Now, government is saying that this is not humanly possible. How can we allow 150 MLAs inside a room of Chief Election Commissioner? So clearly it seems that they are up in arms, and you can expect that this is only going to escalate. We have a session pending. Expect that this is again going to rock both the houses of the parliament, as opposition is pretty convinced that the Election Commission is working at the behest of the BJP to give undue advantage to the ruling party.
Rahul, before I let you go, I want to ask you one quick question. So what's the plan now, where the opposition is concerned? Because at one end, of course, there was a bit of an embarrassment of a Karnataka minister, Mr. Rajanna, who practically said that the onus also lay on the Congress. He was asked to step down. But away from that, what's right now for the Congress and the opposition? Is it limited to this march today, or the days to come we're going to see more protests, the opposition only ramping up what they call is vote chori?
Preeti, the issue of voter list manipulation and SIR have become a sort of a rallying point for opposition parties, and they've come together. There's no doubt about it. You can expect that the kind of data that was shared by Rahul Gandhi will now be coming in from various other states as well. For example, as I was telling earlier also, Samajwadi Party would likely or would maybe having a press conference, and they would also be putting such documents in public domain. Similarly, other political parties will also be doing the same thing. The idea is very simple. Put evidence in public domain and let Election Commission to respond to these allegations. We are not going to sign any affidavits. We are not going to give any signed oath to Election Commission. It is Election Commission data. Let them come on board. Let them come, and not via these public sources. They should come in a public press conference. They should give rebuttal to each and every point which has been taken or which has been raised by opposition party. That's the only escape route, you can say, or that's the only option Election Commission has now, because otherwise there's going to be relentless attacks on Election Commission, because the opposition bloc clearly believes that the 2024 mandate has been stolen from them. So therefore there seems to be no middle ground where you can see some consensus happening between Election Commission and opposition bloc.
All right, Rahul, appreciate you joining us. I want to bring in my colleague Aishwarya Paliwal also, who covers the Election Commission very closely. Aishwarya, what is the take of the EC? Why not hold a press conference like the one which Rahul Gandhi had, and point by point demolish every allegation that the Congress has made?
Well, Preeti, let me tell you what the Election Commission is saying. The Election Commission says, okay, fine, Rahul Gandhi is an MP. He has given out certain data, but if we accept the data that has been given by him, then this will open us to other data also. Then random people will also come out and say that they also have certain data. All that they want the Congress party to do, and they are saying it's not necessarily that Rahul Gandhi needs to sign. Anyone from the Congress party, even a BLA can sign and give them the data. All that they are saying is that the data has to be signed by someone and then has to be handed over to the Election Commission of India. Only then will the formal investigation and everything that Rahul Gandhi has said will begin. This will happen under Rule 20. They are also saying that if Rahul Gandhi does not want to sign it, then anyone else from the Congress party or the larger opposition party can actually sign it and hand it over to us. Because at the moment, it seems like if we start a suo motu case, it will be like finding a needle in a haystack. We need an authentication from the Congress party or anyone from the opposition saying that, yes, we are the ones who are giving you this data. Otherwise, it seems like a cocked up data. Otherwise, it seems like they have just garnered data from anywhere and that's the reason why no one is willing to sign it and to hand it over. So this is a tug of war that we are seeing, Preeti. Seems like status quo will remain for times to come.
But, Aishwarya, I want to ask a question in terms of the data which is in contention. Does the EC contest the data which Rahul Gandhi is quoting as not their data? Is that a contest?
Well, definitely. They are saying it's not their data. In fact, let me tell you, the Karnataka CEO also gave an example and said that this lady, Shakuntala, her example was given by Rahul
Yes.
Gandhi. And when the election commissioner officers asked her, she said, no, she's only voted at one place. So looking at 1 lakh people across India, and if those people turn around and say that, no, what Rahul Gandhi is saying is not true, then what will happen? Will there be multiple FIRs that will be filed? And who will take the responsibility if that happens? Also, let me tell you very quickly, Preeti, if you give out fake data, if you actually track people who are voting, then it is a punishable offense, imprisonment up to 7 years. So that's also a clause that the Election Commission at the moment is looking at.
I appreciate both Aishwarya and Rahul for joining us to give us either sides of the story. One, of course, is the Congress, which is now not just the Congress, it's the entire opposition. Because in a very long time, the opposition has found a big rallying cause, which was provided to them by the Congress by the virtue of what they call a deep investigation into one particular seat of 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Bangalore Central, where 2024 elections were concerned. On the other hand, you have the point of view of the Election Commission, which says that first sign an affidavit, only at the back of that affidavit will we go ahead and launch a full investigation, to which the Congress says that that Rahul Gandhi is already under oath and this is EC data. That is what the EC is contesting, with saying that this is not our data. So interesting how it all is playing down, but let me quickly cut across, because on the sidelines of an EC versus Rahul Gandhi battle is a massive political blowout which is playing up between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the opposition. And I want to cut across to our guest this evening for our political face-off. Joining me, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Shama Mohammed, National Spokesperson, Congress. I'd like to begin with Dr. Shama Mohammed. Primarily, Dr. Mohammed, there are some grave allegations which your party has made. It's a question that I'd asked you earlier as well, and let me turn around and ask you the same question. I just want to understand for the benefit of our viewers, because there might be many viewers today who are trying to figure out that, okay, the Congress has seemingly made very, very damning allegations. The opposition seems to believe that, and we want, let's say, prima facie, the EC to investigate. The larger question that people want to know, Dr. Mohammed, is why then the apprehension in signing that affidavit which the EC wants? What is the reason? If it's one signature, sign it. Let the EC conduct an investigation. Why isn't Rahul Gandhi or anyone from the Congress signing that affidavit?
Okay, so let me make these couple of points which you've asked me very clear. Is that you have to understand one thing, is that the onus right now is on the Election Commission. Rahul Gandhi ji has done a press conference alone showing all the discrepancies. See, if it is in one assembly alone, yes, an affidavit can be signed. But if it is all over India, how can you do that? There are multiple cases where we have shown, one of course is the Mahadevpur assembly. Then you have people in Karnataka, the same name with the voter ID, the names change, they will be in Karnataka, they will be in Odisha, then they'll be in Uttar Pradesh. Now, there was this case from Bengal, Muhammad Islam from West Bengal had the same epic ID of a lady called Sonia Devi in Haryana. So let's understand that. Then there are many houses which you go. There is a house, there are 210 people. It's a small house. No 210 people are there. So there are multiple things. So we have the data is from the Election Commission. We ask them to give us the digital data. Now, when they say you go online, when you go online, you don't have photographs. So then they say, we can't store it. We can't give you footage, the CCTV footage after 45 days. It used to be there before. After we questioned them about Maharashtra and after Haryana election, CCTV footage after 45 days would be erased. Now the Election Commission says, if we keep those footage, you will take 36 years. Now this is highly stupid on his part, because all over the world we can keep footage in drives and we put the date of what we want and go to that particular date and we get that information. So why are they scared? So when you look at it, they are scared, not us. Simple thing, Maharashtra, 8.98 crore voters in 2019. In 2024, they become 9.28 for the Lok Sabha. So there is an increase of 31 lakh voters. But 2024 Lok Sabha, in May to October, there is an increase from 9.
Dr. Mohammed, your fader is going to go down. Your 2 minutes are up. We're going to, of course, come back to you. And I'm going to come back to you with the same question again, Dr. Mohammed, because, as a journalist and a lot of viewers who are watching, the basic understanding is why not sign the affidavit? Because you have already claimed and alleged that the Election Commission is compromised. The onus might be on the EC, but you've already alleged that it's a compromised body. So sign the affidavit and give them no elbow room but to investigate. That's the question which people are asking today, who might be buying into each of your allegations. But the question remains the same. And I'll come back to you with that question. But I want to bring in Sanju Verma into this conversation. Sanju Verma, the BJP has nothing to do with the Election Commission. It's an argument you have made ad nauseum on my show as well. It's an argument on the basis of which SIR today is not being discussed in Parliament because the EC is a constitutional body, has nothing to do with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Then why is it that the Bharatiya Janata spokesperson Sanju Verma is sitting on this chat show and defending the Election Commission, which now is facing grave allegations from the entire opposition?
You know, Preeti, I'm so glad you asked me a pointed question, and my pointed rebuttal to you is this. The BJP has nothing to do with the Election Commission. Sanju Verma has nothing to do with the Election Commission. But what does Rahul Gandhi say? Election Commission is a handmaiden of the BJP. Bharatiya Janata Party और Election Commission मिलकर देश की जनता के वोट चोरी कर रहे हैं. He has repeatedly brought the Prime Minister into this entire fractious debate. He's brought in Amit Shah into this fractious debate. And he has openly declared 2024 elections भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इलेक्शन कमीशन के साथ मिलकर चोरी की है. So the Bharatiya Janata Party has every right to defend not just the party's standpoint, but also the Election Commission, because the Election Commission has been dragged into this dirty narrative by a deadwood called Rahul Gandhi. Point number one. And point number two, Preeti, before being the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, I am a bona fide citizen. Nothing stops me from rebutting the allegations of loss machine Rahul Gandhi if he continues to demonize our institutions. I don't need to be a BJP spokesperson to defend the Election Commission, to defend the Supreme Court each time Rahul Gandhi makes reckless allegations. And I wish some journalists did the same. I'm not pointing at you, but people from your cabal, who I call the piddy journalists, like you have Godi media as termed by Rahul Gandhi and cabal. But let me come to the important point. We had 64 crore people who voted in Lok Sabha elections. We had 55 lakh EVM machines. We had at least 11 polling stations, assuming 2 BLOs per polling station. We had 22 lakh BLOs on the ground. We had 1.2 crore police officials, including CRPF, CAPF, what have you. We had 1.5 crore election commission officials and volunteers. We had 1.84 crore first-time voters who took part. सबने तालियां बजाई. But Rahul Gandhi, loss machine, unka chehra utar gaya.
Your fade has gone down. We won't be able to hear you. I don't know what my cabal is, ma'am, because you said your cabal. I would reckon my cabal is a journalist who'll ask questions both ways, which I agree is a rare breed nowadays. Something that many spokespersons don't encounter, especially on national television. I would reckon that's what you meant. I want to go back to Dr. Shama Mohammed. Dr. Mohammed, I'll come back on that question because once again, there's a reason why I'm asking you this question again, because even in the newsroom, outside, even if there are people, voters who believe all the allegations that you have made, are thinking, why don't they sign it then? Because the sheer fact that you are dithering to sign that affidavit gives reason to doubt your allegations as not your data, because the EC says this is not our data, because you had the CEO, election commission officer from Karnataka, who came out and, as per him, debunked the Shakun Rani example, which was given by Rahul Gandhi as a voter. So sign that affidavit.
Okay, so now I have my time. First and foremost, she called my leader Deadwood. Let me tell you, the Prime Minister of India is a cartoon who even Trump does not respect, because Trump says, we instead of getting our tariffs down, every other South Asian country has it down. We have it 50%. So that is what is Narendra Modi? A cartoon Prime Minister of India. So don't you dare call my leader Deadwood. Now, a couple of points which I've told you again and again. When it is it is Mahadevpur, yes, one can sign affidavits. When it is all over India, you cannot sign. And like Rahul Gandhi said, he's already said under oath in Parliament. And the onus again and again is on why can't they do a press conference? The Election Commission of India sees that there is a huge amount of cheating happening. They come out and do a press conference. Like I told you, in Maharashtra, in 5 years, there was an increase of 31 lakh votes. In 5 months, it was 41 lakh. After 5 p.m., 76 lakh voters, which has never happened in the history of elections happening. SIR in Bihar, look at that. EC, the Election Commission tells Supreme Court, we will not give you the names of the 66 lakh voters who are deleted, and we will not tell you why. What is wrong with the Election Commission? The BLOs in Bihar are going back and saying, these ones are deleted. What do we do? So they say, the Election Commission tells them, Form 6. How can you use Form 6 when it is for new voters? So there are a lot of discrepancies happening in SIR itself. We have understood that. So the point here is that why is the Election Commission of India not giving us the digital voter base? Why are they scared of everything? And let's also understand the Bharatiya Janata Party is the party who got in this law in which the Chief Justice of India is moved out and they have put in the cabinet minister, the prime minister and the leader of opposition. So they can decide who will be the election commission. And what we feel right now is the election commission is not coming out to prove what they're doing is wrong, but they just want to criticize Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, Dr. Mohammed, your time is up. We won't be able to hear you. I'll come back to you again. But viewers, I'm going to just take 10 seconds and put one point out there. Both our spokespersons can use this time to personally attack each other or their leaders of respective parties. But I just want to say that where that comes down to the Prime Minister of the country, he's our Prime Minister of the country. Where it comes down to the leader of opposition of the country, he is our leader of opposition of the country. And I would reckon we'd like to respect both entities, and I would expect both of you do the same, but it's your call. You can use this time whichever way you want. I want to go back to Sanju Verma right now. And Sanju Verma, the question, the point that you were making earlier, that as a citizen, you can take this on. But the fact is, Sanju Verma, you are not here as a citizen of this country. You are here as a representative and the spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party. By the virtue of that fact, if you are defending the EC now, then the government doesn't have a claim in Parliament to not debate SIR. Then debate SIR in Parliament.
Preeti, let me make one thing very clear to you. Please do not equate Rahul Gandhi with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Leader of the opposition is not a constitutional position, and I'm not saying this for you because sometimes you get defensive. But most journalists do not even know their basic homework. They say, oh, if EC is a constitutional body, even the leader of opposition is a constitutional body, so we should respect Rahul Gandhi. EC is a constitutional body, wide Article 324 of the Constitution. NOP is not a constitutional body. That is the first point I want to make. So Rahul Gandhi cannot just shoot and scoot. Point number 2, you know why Rahul Gandhi fails to sign an affidavit? It is because for false declaration, Rahul Gandhi can face imprisonment under Section 31 of the Representation of Peoples Act 1950-51. Rahul Gandhi for false evidence can face imprisonment under Section 227 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanghita. So I repeat, Rahul Gandhi is not just a deadwood. Rahul Gandhi kayar hai. Rahul Gandhi ochepan par utar aaye hain. Rahul Gandhi is that bad workman who always blames his tools. And let me tell you, today you said, let's not pass, personal remarks at each other's neta. Last Friday, I was with the same Congress panelist who's there on your show today, and she said, Modi and Amit Shah are used to giving hate speeches, and you did not interject her. So please don't be holier than thou, Preeti, though I have tremendous respect for you. My final point is this. Telangana mein 22 lakh voters were deleted. The Congress party won Telangana. Rahul Gandhi had no problems. 4.28 lakh voters were deleted in Karnataka Assembly elections of 2023. Congress won, BJP lost. Rahul Gandhi was absolutely fine with 4 lakh plus voters being deleted in Karnataka. 47,000 voters were deleted in a small state like Himachal Pradesh, where the BJP's total loss margin was only 37,000 votes. BJP did not cry on Preeti Choudhry's show, but Rahul Gandhi was fine with voters being deleted in Himachal Pradesh. Basically, Rahul Gandhi wants to scapegoat the election commission.
All right, ma'am, your time is up. I'm quite sick of lectures coming in from either side, so cut it where both of you are concerned. On my show, I would recommend that nobody be insulted, whether it's a constitutional post or it's a statutory post. The leader of opposition is a statutory post. And I would like the Prime Minister of my country to not be disrespected, neither the leader of opposition. There is something called precedence as well. I'm going to leave it at that because what I like never quite cuts on the show, and I reckon both of you understand that. So let's leave it at that. I want to bring in right now Dr. Shamba Mohammed into this conversation. Dr. Mohammed, let's hark back what's happened over the weekend. You've had somebody from Karnataka who is the Election Commission CEO, the Chief Election Officer, who has debunked an example given specifically by Rahul Gandhi where it came down to the misuse of Form 6, where he named Shakun Rani, somebody who registered twice within a month and then voted twice. That example was debunked, where you've had the Karnataka CEO say that, listen, this is not our data. This is not our data. This woman in question, who herself came out and said, I voted only once. So, leads to a larger question, Dr. Mohammed. When you don't sign an affidavit, that could very well mean that you've practically cooked up this data.
No. See, this, in terms of this lady, for example, it is, for us, the EC and the Bharatiya Janata Party are one. They would have threatened her, said, listen, you need to say you've only voted once. How do we know? Do you have any evidence of that, Preeti? Of them not threatening? These people are used to doing whatever they want to win an election, and all of us know about it. So, of course, they've threatened her. We have given you examples from West Bengal. We have given you examples from Haryana, from UP. Let them check all this. My question today is, why are they not providing us video footage? Why are they destroying it in 45 days? Can you give me an answer, Preeti? Can this lady who sits across with her hair like this give me an answer about that? She can't. What is my question again is, why is the EC being so defiant? If EC is there is a suspicion on the EC, which is a body which is supposed to be independent and not an arm of the Bharatiya Janata Party, then it's true. She talked about hate speech. It is the truth. It is the truth. Didn't he say that Muslims are termites? Tell me that. Of course he said that, Amit Shah. Didn't he say that Congress behas leke Musalmanon ko denge, Mangal Sutra chheen ke Musalmanon ko denge? Isn't that a hate speech? Isn't that insulting me? So don't you dare talk, because you're not worth it to sit over here and speak. My issue is that when you're signing an affidavit, it is only for one assembly. That is what the Representation of People's Act say. When it is all over India, you can't sign an affidavit. An investigation, look what is happening in SIR. This is the beginning. This is how they start off. And they went into SIR. Tell me, why are the booth level officers, when they're going and complaining, they are saying file Form 6. Why is the Election Commission telling the Supreme Court, we will not tell you the names of the 66 lakh voters deleted. We will not tell you the reason. Is this how the Election Commission of India is supposed to function? What about those addresses, the proof Rahul Gandhi has shown, which happened to be a brewery in one cases where 86 people are there? Do people live in breweries? We have shown evidence by evidence. Let them come out with a press conference if they have the guts and rebut Rahul Gandhi word by word.
All right, ma'am, your time is up. You know, once again, steer clear from personal attacks. I think Sanju Verma's hair looks rather nice as yours, as does yours. So let's leave it at that. But I want to bring in Sanju Verma back into this conversation. Sanju Verma, your 2 minutes time. You know, the question can also be, let me turn this around, Sanju Verma. You're going out, the BJP is going at a length to defend the Election Commission. You know, it could very well have served your purpose as well. You thought you were going to get 370. What if there was voter? It doesn't really need to benefit the BJP. It could have been detrimental as well. Why are you assuming it benefited the BJP?
You know, Preeti, I respect you, and you said, let's not get personal. But, you know, the Congress spokesperson said, you know, this lady who sits with her hair like this, I love my hair, I love my complexion, I love the way I dress. And by the way, you brought in the Hindu-Muslim angle into this debate. Let me tell you, not Sanju Verma, not the BJP. The United Nations says 9 out of top 10 terror organizations in the world have a radical Islamist DNA. So Shama Muhammad, radical Islam is a threat to global society. So please shut up next time before bringing in a communal angle into a debate which did not need a Hindu-Muslim angle to start with. You suffer from inferiority complex. Now let me tell you, you're the same woman who abused Rohit Sharma, and then you started crying. Why did you delete your tweet? You rabid, you know, hate monger. Now let me tell one thing, Preeti. The moot point is this. Rahul Gandhi spoke about Mahadevpura. He spoke about Bengaluru Central, which he says BJP won. Dhule Assembly, Dhule Lok Sabha constituency to be precise. The BJP was leading in 5 out of 6 assembly constituencies of Dhule Lok Sabha during Lok Sabha 2024. But what happened? Finally, just in 1 seat in Dhule Lok Sabha, Malegaon Central, the Congress got 1.99 lakh votes and the BJP lost Dhule Lok Sabha with a poor margin of 4,700 votes. Did we cry? No. And let me tell you, Preeti, in the last so many years, 14 out of 17 elections in Rai Bareli have been won by the Congress party. 17 out of 20 elections in Amethi have been won by the Gandhis. You know, between Raebareli and Amethi, from Indira Gandhi, Sanjay Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, to even their acolyte Satish Sharma, everybody won elections from these two constituencies. We've never shed tears on your show. Rahul Gandhi, learn to be a
Ma'am, your
sport
time
and
is up.
stop
You know,
abusing.
I'm going to give both of you one. Sometimes you think you bring in just two senior, and I'll underline that, senior spokespersons from each party. They'll have a meaningful debate. Boy, you can be terribly wrong. But I'm going to give both of you 1 minute each. Feel free to attack each other and not talk about the topic at all. Dr. Mohammed, your time begins now.
And with any other of the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, I do not speak in certain manner. She's a woman who keeps abusing my leader, abuses me. Just like she's a rabid hate monger. I mean, what sort of language is, she says I'm a terrorist. What sort of language is this? I mean, I'm upset that you bring such a lady to your debates. First, you should cut her out and tell the Bharatiya Janata Party that this sort of hate monger should not be got into the debate. Now, my question today, and finally, I am again saying what happened in Madhaipur Assembly, where in 1-6 we were leading, in one suddenly they have more than 1 lakh votes. So there are lots of discrepancies. It is the Election Commission of India who should come out and give a press conference. Today, members of parliament were marching. Why did they stop them? Let them go. We are a democracy. Why is that before 2014, they could march for Nirbhaya, could be there all over the place in Delhi? We did not stop them because we believe in democracy. Here, farmers cannot march inside Delhi. Farmers were kept at the borders. And not a word of condolence by the Prime Minister of India. Now he says, I love my farmers.
Ma'am, your time is up. Ma'am, your time is up. That's it. 1 minute. Ma'am, I'm just upset that we had to embarrass our audience to subject them to this debate, which I thought would have been a meaningful debate. 1 minute. Sanju Verma, your time begins now.
You know, Preeti, I just want to say one thing. If you abuse my Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the Supreme Court, the Election Commission, you know, the Enforcement Directorate, and then you want a free pass on debate, Sanju Verma will not give you that. And my leadership does not have to take feedback of inferiority complex-oriented Shama Muhammad, who does not have the guts to condemn radical Islam. Radical Islam, jihadi mentality ko condemn karna seekhiye and stop making those clownish faces. You look like a fool on national television. My final point is this. The Election Commission has, you know, completely unraveled the lies of Rahul Gandhi, be it with respect to Aditya Srivastav, be it with respect to Shakun Rani. And my final point is, Congress has 17,549 BLAs in Bihar. It is now 11 days. Why has not a single BLA from the Congress party filed an objection to the SIR process in Bihar? That shows Rahul Gandhi is
All right,
a
ma'am.
walking,
Time is
talking
up, and that's all the time that we have for now. Each of you have gotten exactly the same time where we began. We're sorry for our viewers. The debate clearly derailed. We're going to try and do better tomorrow with maybe something more meaningful. Thank you for joining us.